Right, welcome everyone. Due to the fact that I was kind of wanting to play Vermintide because Dark Tide coming out soon, and it's just a good game. B, I finally had free time, and C, there were like 72 views or something of the Vermintide VOD last time, and yeah, that's a lot for my YouTube channel. I think the only thing that get anywhere close to that is, or 47, sorry. Uh, yeah, the only thing that gets even close to that are times when I was just figuring out, like, editing and stuff on YouTube, which I know I do oh so much, definitely. Um, yeah, so we're back with expeditions. We'll start off with the champion difficulty, and looks like we're probably going to be joining mid-mission. Yeah. And there were even people who watched more than an hour of those videos. I don't know how the fuck they did that. I'm fairly sure the intro was mostly just me standing around waiting for the actual start time of what I was doing. Okay, let's join in here. Oh, we've got a Beastman one right off the bat. Alright. Ooh, we have its Divine Altar. Pain's Fury. I'm gonna have to read that more properly in a second. Alright, let's see. Nope, can't read it there. Can I really not read it here? Oh, right click. How do I have all of these? Oh, looks like we're basically gonna drop below 50% health just by attacking. Good to know. Hopefully... I was gonna say hopefully it takes it from our temp health, but that does not look like it's the case. So, we're gonna be dropping health fast. I'm gonna try and do a tiny bit of a, hyper-explain type of thing that I did last time, at least for the first bit of this video. So I believe what we have here is totems that constantly summon, not the strongest necessarily, but just more and more enemies. Fuck it. That was our ult as Kruger. Our ult is a big, massive swing, does lots of damage to a single target, and a little bit to multiple if there's more in the area. The orbs that are dropping on the ground are from a modifier that I don't remember. The green orbs will recover your HP if we... The green orbs will recover HP if we ever see those. The purple orbs recover our ultimate meter. Which is very nice for just being able to get that off, because... yeah. Long cooldowns. Enemies that, like that big boy there, and the rat with all the armor, are elite enemies with armored. If you attack them, you'll see that little armor symbol pop up. Whenever that does pop up, we're basically doing a lot less damage. The two ways to overcome that are either hitting them with headshots, which can be done. It mostly depends on which way your weapon is going to swing. So if I, for example, take out this double-handed sword, some of those swings go down from the top, and that gets really easy headshots. If that's not the case, though, Howard Strikes usually will also break through the enemy's armor, in addition to often being set up for good headshots. Well, looks like we're at the end of the area over here. There we go. This is the end of this area, but as it is a... what's it called? As this is a... my brain is actually dying. As this is an expedition, there's more areas after this, as most people who've watched this before know. Okay, so those are called totems. So we vote on the next area, but there's only one area we can go. It's moving from left to right continuously. Over here we have the Temple of Shadows, cursed by Bellicor. I have no idea what that does. I think we tried to get there before, and things didn't go out well. I don't quite remember, though. It's been a while. Okay, Slaughter Bay. Oh yes, double XP active until November 16th. The reason for that, I believe, is November 17th is the pre-release of Vermintide. Or what am I saying? Darktide, the 40k version of Vermintide, which I will definitely be playing. I don't know if I'll be able to play it quite on the 17th. It just kind of depends how school stuff is matching up. But at the very least, I should be able to play it during the weekend. Here we have Orb. Orb will drop a bunch of just random stuff for us to grab off the ground and use for whatever we may desire. Over here we have a weapon upgrade station and a chest of trials. Alright. The weapon upgrade station is nice. This one upgrades to, I believe, 3 from the highest, I believe blue is. Alright, what do we have? Fallen Champion's Retinue, so it looks like this is not going to be a boss, but instead a bunch of smaller people. Or, never mind, this is a boss. Take out a shield, it has more of those stamina bars, which is very nice because the stamina bars allow you to defend one attack each, if it's not a particularly strong attack, or if it is a strong attack, it can defend against a little bit more. Oh, and we have... there we go. And because we defeated the boss, we get a little thing from the chest of trials. There's also other options that can spawn, such as... what was it? A bunch of enemies spawning at once. We can either go for max health, which is pretty nice, especially with the thing we already have where we're reduced for our health for a lot of the time. Or killing enemies with melee attacks in quick succession grants attack speed. That's the one we're going to go for. The downside to that upgrade station is A, it's only for melee weapons, and B, it'll give you a random melee weapon in return. We can hit the boss from below. Oh, yep. We lost some loot box, but that's not too much of an issue. I guess we're heading that way? Oh, that was a dead end, but yeah, you're wrong. Okay. I'm good with being wrong. But yeah, it'll grant you a random melee weapon, so it could give you one that you're not great with. This one, on the other hand, will just straight upgrade any weapon you're holding, ranged or melee. But it'll only upgrade one of them, so you do have to keep that in mind. Alright, looks like we've got an assassin rat incoming. We also have... there we go. Gatling rat. Part of the reason I like having one of my weapons having a shield is because of Gatling rats, and with this particular class, also warp fire rats. Normally you cannot block the flamethrower over warp fire, but from one of the special perks from this guy, let's see. Blessed Blade? No. Ladies' Duty? No, I've got no idea where it is. Allows you to also block warp fire with shields. Alright. Looks like we're waiting on the other two, so I want to make sure that we're not too far away from them. I didn't see what the vote was on the right, but oh well. definitely want that. That is a random perk thing. It isn't always the best, but it's cheaper than... I forgot to block. Yeah, I'm a bit stupid while I'm trying to talk. Well, I'm a bit stupid in general, but especially while I'm trying to talk. Yeah, I'm not getting back up there. Yeah, so... What was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh, yes, random perks. It could get you something that's worth... Well, I believe it's guaranteed to get you something that's worth more than its price, but just because it's worth more than its price doesn't mean it's worth that much to you. For example, if I got something that increased my range damage, though I don't think I can get something that's entirely ineffective on me, not entirely sure, then it just wouldn't have been worth it, because I can't pick up a ranged weapon with this class. Vote kick your trusted friend. I don't. If someone jumps down for this, I will also jump down. Alright. Divine Boon. What did we get? Gift of the Grail. Healing yourself with a first aid kit or healing drought. I think that was heals nearby friends. I will check after the mission. Yeah, that one's, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, it's really, really nice for being able to just assist your allies and give them a little bit of health. Oh, I see why they're trying to kick that guy now. The guy's level 5, so they're like, this isn't going to be worth it. Oh, he isn't moving forward. Yeah, I would have been fine leaving him in, but when you're just sitting back there, it makes it hard for us to do anything.
What did you put in that letter to the witch hunter general? Saltspires had a reply.
Only that he was a fine lad and absolutely not a heretic. Despite his recent obsession with this citadel of eternity, I thought it might help.
Oh yeah, that's not going to get misinterpreted. Oh, and signed in my name, Mona tells me.
Thought it'd carry more weight, coming from one of his own.
Brilliant. Just bloody brilliant. Saltspire's gonna kill me.
Alright. Always fun to listen to the little conversations. That's one of the few things that I'm hoping they still have in Darktide. I would assume they would have something like that in, but I'm not sure if they have the same level, just because it is a create your own character versus the select or pre-made character stuff with voice lines that they have here.
Let my shield take the brunt.
Okay. Let's just walk up to this. There we go. Oh, and I thought Baden had behind me. I was wrong. That is my bad. Yeah, still a little bit rusty because I think the only thing I've played in the past week or so is not first-person combat, at the very least. I think it's mostly been Slay the Spire and a few other stuff in my free time. Alright. Where... big boy. There we go. Good amount of damage just right off the bat. And there we go. We have a kill. Oh, gotta get out of that. Yeah, friendly fire is a thing in this game, and it can be very bad when you get hit by it. Luckily, it's only ranged weapons, so I at the very least can't friendly fire except with like bombs and stuff.
Look at Marcus massacring his way through the ranks. More, please.
All right, we've got our way out over here, so let's hope other people see it. Because I don't fancy my chance of staying around here for too long. I'm already doing terribly on HP. Alright, and up we go. Yeah, nothing up here to give me the quick backstab, because that would have been terrible. I wonder what the blue is. Everyone doing alright? I... God damn it! The saddest way to go. I step up for 1 second because I'm wondering where everyone is. Turns out they're inside the thing that I was just waiting in the second I get out. Alright. I see. I'm gonna do so badly. Alright, so the next place we go to, Shrine of Fortune. Earn gifts of abundance and wealth. It's basically a shop with a bunch of stuff that increase the amount of, general stuff we get moving on. I believe there's something to increase the damage you take, but also...
Have any of those strange coins?
Yeah.
Offer them to the shrine to receive a boon.
Take extra damage, but get extra coins. Elites and specials have a chance to drop pickups on death.
Spend your coins wisely. And
Halo
hope
of Fire damages the enemies around you when downed. Ooh, extra HP. Yes. We will buy that. Yeah. And we're ready. My HP does so terribly that I really need this. Okay. Alright, and onto the Temple of Shadows, cursed by Bellicor. It's a pretty powerful demon right there. Right. Yeah, goal of this is just to get to the farthest area on the right. There's little mini-bosses on the way in some of the levels, and on the higher difficulties they have special effects for the bosses, which was new to me last time I played. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, find the temple.
Bellacor's champions are the gatekeepers. Slay them, and earn the means to sever his link to this world.
What kind of demon hides behind his lackeys, anyway?
Alright, we want to keep our eyes out for anything that is around and not friendly. We probably have to break these chains if I had to guess. What?
Good shot, Dory.
Did she just tell Sienna to fetch ammo? Sienna doesn't use ammo. Ooh, and we've got plenty of loot over here. Already back up to 155. Ooh, and a little bit more. Alright. Yeah, I think at this point the only one of us who's probably using ammunition is the dwarf. There's a chance he doesn't because he has a fire weapon or something of the like. But, yeah, he's the only one who could have a ammo-using ranged weapon at this point. Through it. Too much.
Stop shooting me,
Ow.
Carillion!
Alright. That's all dead, so we'll move back this way. Doesn't look like I'm seeing any loot on the peripheries, though I should really pay attention to what's going on in front of me.
Blackrock, your hour's come. I feel the
So we have a teleporting fat guy around. Second we see him, we want to make sure to ping him out so that our allies can actually get the kill on him.
Marcus, Marcus, Marcus. Surely a mercenary knows a lost cause when he sees one.
That I do. But you shouldn't put yourself down. I'm sure you're doing your best.
Oh,
Yeah, that's kind of my whole thing. Up yours.
that wasn't what I was expecting.
Hell, is this the time?
Oh, that wasn't even me just, like, not knowing stuff. That was me getting stabbed in the back.
I don't fear a storm vermin. A black rat approaches.
Oh, he won't laugh that off, will he?
Alright. Down we go.
A fleeting shadow.
Plague Monks I'm not excited about getting into melee with, so we're just gonna wait here.
I see you, sailor.
Yes, disrupt that Lokai. Lure the Shadow Champion forth.
Okay, so if we stand here and press E, we break that. Disrupt this one. Move to the next one. No. I thought we could outdamage it. Turns out I could not. And it looks like no one was with me. Sadness. Absolute sadness. Oh well, we will respawn in, I think it's 1 minute to 30 seconds, somewhere around there. Well, I did respawn, but... Yeah. I will endeavor to play better. Let's focus a little bit more. Over-explain did not go so well. Alright, so anyway, so... I'm also going to change my class because I forgot that I'm not the best at just playing melee all the time. Not the best at just playing ranged either, but I'm a little bit better. Yeah, if anyone's watched through this far, thank you very much. I was maxed out at, like, someone watching my stuff 30 seconds until, I think start of this week? I think that's the case. I could be very wrong. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Vermintide 2 just popped the fuck off. And a few of the other games, but mostly just Vermintide 2. And, yeah, that was interesting. Got daily quest, grab that. And before joining someone else, we are going to swap our hero. Let's see. I'm not going to play Flame because I'm absolutely terrible playing Pyromancer. Yeah, let's go Dwarf. Make sure I've got my setup right. Yep. And play Champion. We'll play at least one more Champion. I should be able to get a win with that. If I don't, then, well, fuck. If I can, then absolutely great. With the Dwarf, with the particular one that I have, there's a passive that allows me to just take a 3 point of damage every now and then. It's on a cooldown, I believe you'll see it in the bottom left. Lots and lots of defensive buffs, just generally a tanky boy. Let's see. I think all of that's just from my actual level in the class. Yeah, weapon-wise, shield and axe, very, very nice for taking out people who have armor, because the axe will only really hit one person when I swing it, but it will pierce directly through any armor that they have. In large groups, that means that I'm not the best for my damage output, but I make up for it in my sheer amounts of stamina and push power. So I just right-click, and when someone is knocked down or otherwise staggered, they take extra damage from other people's attacks and my own attacks, but I not necessarily... Okay, everyone left me. We're just gonna keep retreating. Another good thing, without a particularly heavy attack attacking me, I will not take damage unless someone gets me from behind. If they get me from behind, I'm just fine. Guys, please. I've got so many people in front of me. I can't... I'm dwarf. There we go. Other weapon is Trollhammer Torpedo. Let this continue.
Thanks. Wait, that was an insult, wasn't it?
He's a smart guy. Oh, that's right. Directly on top of us. Understood. Yeah, Trollhammer Torpedo, long-ranged weapon, big explosive. It will damage people as it passes through them with a bunch of pierces, and then explode at the end. It's particularly good because it does a hell of a lot of damage. It's particularly bad because it has, like, 5 shots. Hey, and we joined on, like, pretty good. Cooldown reduction, I will go for. Yeah, so there's also modifiers to the areas. We're going to have specials, monsters, and we're going to get a 20% cooldown reduction boon, which is the absolute best part. It probably also said what we were going to be facing in this area for... Oh, sorry. Pluses mean more, minuses mean less. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Slipped my mind, now I remember it. I don't remember which one had plus, which one had minus. Oh, well. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I will tell you the type of enemies you're going to be facing on the top of that one. The 3 types of...
I do not sense the chaos gods in this place, but that may not last.
Alright, the 3 main types of enemies are, Nurgle human people. I don't know if it calls them Norsicans or what in that particular part. There's also the Skaven. Skavens are the ratty boys. They are rats. Then the last one is the Beastmen, who are generally horned and cloven hoofed. In this game, it's mostly just a lot of people who are either vaguely resembling... what's it called? Either vaguely resembling Minotaurs, or, I believe Satyrs was the other one. Each time you block an attack, gain Justice. Once you have 3 stacks, next attack is a crit, and all stuff are lost. So that's very nice of someone who wants to block literally everything. And there we have that crit. We swing, we get that whoosh, and the screen kind of like tearing, or the air tearing, whatever you want to call it. And that's a critical effect animation. I don't want to use that. Oh, someone threw a bomb. That'll set everyone on fire for a little bit of damage over time, which is very, very nice. And if we stand inside of that, we also take damage, which isn't as good.
Who do you reckon's the worst of the dark gods?
They're none of them good, but Khorne's the worst. Battle without honor and oath shouldn't be encouraged.
This very conversation invites damnation.
I just used my ultimate, which means all the enemies attack me, and I basically have infinite stamina for blocking stuff. Alright. And that's basically the role of Tank Dwarf when you get into that state, which is stand there and let things attack you.
There's a runner in the shadows.
The only things that'll get you out of that state are if there's a ranged attack like Warp Fire, which bypasses stuff. If there's anything that CCs and grabs you, that'll also bypass it. But for the most part, you're pretty much set. You can still dodge while you're blocking. That's something that's really, really nice. If you do it at just the right time, you can dodge out of things trying to CC you. I believe that works with everything. I could be wrong with that, though. The biggest issue with getting yourself out of something by dodging is if you have a short dodge range, you won't necessarily get far enough to get out. Or if you have dodged too late, just because there is timing windows where you want to do it as they're winding up, but in time to actually get out of the way. And if you have any little bit of lag, that can often mean having to... Oh, this is not the way we go. That can often mean having to dodge a little bit earlier than you would exactly know to dodge for. Alright.
You do know that
Up
you're
here.
shooting me, One-Eye. Ammunition.
This is a complete ammunition refill, and since it's infinite, we can just make sure to grab that without worrying about other people needing it. Get some attacks with this. The other really nice thing about the dwarf melee weapon, or this dwarf melee weapon, I should say, is that there's a lot of downswings, so you have a really good chance of being able to, hey, there we go. A really good chance of being able to, dodge. Where's Brain? Really good chance of getting a headshot for some extra damage. Oh, fuck, and I missed. Alright, we're gonna use Yell, pick up Friend. While we're picking up people, we're automatically in a block state, which, because I used my ultimate, block state is invulnerable. Though, dots and stuff, again, you still take damage from.
Earned your reward. Don't forget it.
Under pressure. Fire drakes, we don't use. Not consume a healing item unused? Yes. Alright, what do we have up here? Sounds like some sort of caster. Melee weapon upgrade up there. Don't really need it.
Ammunition here. Still bloody hurts, but at least I'm not bleeding.
Another thing about higher level difficulties in this game is that you'll get less general items. So all of these potions that you're seeing about, and all the healing and all the ammunition, yada yada yada, we wouldn't necessarily get if we were on a higher difficulty. We'd still get some of it, just not quite as much as we have been. Alright, where's the shooty boy? There's the looty boy, but not the shooty boy. There's the shooty boy. I don't care enough to walk back around for help.
Mysteries of the chaos ways.
Let's keep our eyes open.
What do
Something's
you
wrong.
think created them?
Sin! Sheer unbridled sin at the dawn of history.
Aye, that's exactly what it wasn't.
Kinda was, though.
Hold your ground and fight.
Into this blighted ritual. Sigma demands it!
You know what? I will use this. 30 seconds with taking damage grants invisibility or invincibility? Invisibility. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be good for me. Because if I use my ultimate... Or I guess I don't take damage in my ultimate if I'm blocking. Yeah, and that was the invisibility effect right there, where it goes a little bit more gray. With a tinge of purple, I think.
Crook! That ratling's about to fire!
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind is that if you are pushing people, you are not dealing damage. You increase the damage other people deal, but yeah, not dealing damage yourself can be an issue. There we go. And there we go. Nice and easy boss defeat. Yeah, with a high amount of damage Trollhammer deals, you don't have to worry about bosses for too long if you can find the time to actually hit them with it. Again, though, slow reload makes it very hard to find that time. We don't actually have to be in the ring for this portion, I believe. As long as we're in the area, the ritual will continue. It's just when you want to start... Where's what I'm not seeing? Using my ult. Push him back. Take him out. There we go. Alright. Cut down these brody boys. And we've almost finished this. A Potion of Agility, I believe, increases your dodge distance. It might increase your attack speed as well, but I don't believe that's the case. Just had someone come back into existence. Okay, guys, please. Just die. Ah, there we go. Alright, and... Oh, no. Bad round. Almost done with this. There we go. Up here we move. We are fully loaded, so on to the next area we go. Nothing I'm seeing back there.
These dreams, this black future.
Reduces cooldown career skill. Very, very nice for just being able to go, I'm going to stand here. Do nothing. If I can find more career skill cooldowns, I'll definitely get those. From here, though, we have a choice between Fortune and Strife. We're going to go Fortune, probably mostly because we've got a good amount of ways left. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So, being able to buy whatever we want after this, very nice. Very, very nice.
If you have Pilgrim's coins, this might be a good time to spend them on a boon. Or are you feeling generous enough to buy a miracle for your whole party? Your coins are your own. Do with them as you think best.
Alright, so we can do this, which I'm not really feeling. Drinking a potion spawning orbit the same effect is nice, but not great. Reviving a teammate, granting regeneration, again, very nice, but I find that I'm usually the one that takes damage first. Taking damage while incapacitated. If I'm down, I am down. I'm not going to be too worried about that. So we'll go with Rising Anger. Every 7 seconds while Gromrel is active, gain a stack of rising... Yeah, gain a stack of rising anger every 7 seconds while Gromwell is activated, which is the buff that allows us to not take damage for 1 attack. Then when it's lost, gain a burst of attack speed, which is very nice for just taking that hit and going, well, we're gonna hit everything now. Alright, next is the lost city of Maraxza? Maraxza. I can word. Alright, and we're loading it. I would like to see game. Is that alright? There we go. Looks like I think it's a perk thing. So if we can find a little bit of money, we can use that. We only need like 23? Yeah, 23. Speaking of which, when your block is broken, gain an extra attack speed. Oh! Alright. I'm not sure if attack speed build would actually be good with this guy, but we have the availability. Agility, bomb, stealth. I like... Oh, that's Poison Aegeus. Stealth. There we go. Poison Aegeus is just shielding from poison. I would like some of this healing.
Don't hear you speak much at all, Matilda. Walk in.
Back this way we go. Okay, friend, why are we heading this way? Alright, guess we're following him. I don't like that sound. Ow. Okay, and onwards we push. Ammunition? Yeah, I needed that.
They've sent plague for us. Get behind me.
Yep, I'm just gonna stand there and watch me burn. Get a nice knockdown on all of these boys.
Anyone have some healing? Or an arm they are using? Take more care, Azungi. They're no use to us dead. I'm fine.
There we go. Knock a good amount of them off, and while they're climbing up, it's like they're CC'd for a second. Up there we have a upgrade station for whatever weapon we had. That is the second to highest level, I believe. The highest being red. Well, looks like we're not getting back up. You, guys okay up there?
Ain't that a beautiful shot?
Yeah, if you're still here at this point in the video, feel free to recommend something for me to improve on in the comments, such as my skill level in this game, but more like if you want to see videos edited or anything like that, I'd love to get some feedback because, well, I'm not able to stream 24/7 or record and edit videos to the utmost extreme. I do like seeing what people would like in chat, because it grants me a little bit more direction than just, I don't know, we'll put the videos in line. Which I don't mind doing, if that's what people want, but, yeah.
Worth the smell.
probably not exactly what everyone wants to see. Where's the big boy? There's the big boy. And he pushed them back. Sadness. Oh. We get a coins. And that's an assassin incoming. And this is a dead end. Guys, we will go in the right way. We'll follow back here.
This isn't over.
Okay.
Can you not
But yeah,
smell that, maybe?
things that I know that
Festering rat in a head.
Sneak rat is dead.
we don't immediately die. Things that I know that I would probably like to work on, I'd love to hear opinions on, is either A, being able, or starting to get all the runs cut down to just successes or whatnot, but if people like the failures, I'll definitely keep them in the future. If there's like a certain length of video that people would enjoy, because as it is right now, I'm pretty much just uploading entire streams and going, hey, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. But I know that there's quite a few people who wouldn't necessarily enjoy that kind of style, and yeah. Also, if there's any games that people would like to see me play, because I can't promise I'll be good at it, but I can promise that if it's a game I'll enjoy, I will definitely at least check it out. Back ye heathens! A little bit too much small damage than I would have liked to take there. Yeah, friend is coming. Another thing that I was thinking about doing... I'll let Super finish.
Oh, aye. That sounds about right. Kill the fire rat, Ringarati, while you still can. That walk-by rat won't give us any more grief.
Hey, he's dead. Yeah, I know that another thing that I was looking at doing is recording specific videos for YouTube, not just doing stream content, but just like actual video recordings. Just because I know that there's a lot of stuff that people would rather see a video of than a stream of, because lots of games just aren't quite the best fit. And if I end up doing that, I'll probably try to have it be a little bit more edited compared to what I usually do. So close. Push him off the edge. Does he not want to fall? Be gone! I hope he didn't stop us from being able to do that. Yeah, rescue our friend down here. Yeah, especially if there's a particular series or something that I've done and just haven't gotten back to. If you want to see one of those, then I'd love to do it. A few of them I didn't continue just because stream got basically 0 viewership when I tried to do it. There we go. But yeah, if someone wants to actually see more of those, feel free to message me in the comments or wherever else. I'm not going to do the deal damage to yourself. I will heal my allies when I use... Or, heal my allies. I replenish their ults when I use my ult. That does sound good.
Medical supplies over here.
This better taste good.
Alright. What else?
You out of no use, dead elf.
Oh yeah, if someone if anyone wants me to like post shorts of stream stuff, I can do that as well. I know that was definitely something that I was considering, though I'm not really sure if I want to do. Yeah, just tell me whatever. I do in fact read what little comments we have. I think I've gotten one from H something. I believe he makes musics. I've actually added him on Spotify because I looked up his channel and I was like, oh, yeah, pretty good music there. I believe that was in my Hansavod StarCraft one. There we go. Take that for our friends. What else? What else?
The pack sworn are at their mischief. Can you not tell?
Knock him down, nice and fast. Oh yeah, what type of video would people like? Because the easiest for me to commentate on are, like, explaining the fuck out of things, because, yeah, if it's a game I do...
And
let's
if
go.
so, what would you exemplify?
I'm not sure, Tringbarazzi. Most of the good stuff's covered. Gobble slaying, maybe?
As ever, you are an inspiration, Mayfly.
I smell some ammunition.
Yeah, so what type of videos would people want to see from me? Because I can do the over-explain stuff. Probably not too often, because it does wear on the voice if you just go all in on explaining stuff. If people want to see more stuff like, what's the game? Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. I am down to play more of that type of game. I find it very fun. What else? What else? I do love that attack speed boost. Let's see, up there. People want to see more StarCraft stuff? I know at some point, once I have a little bit more free time on my hands, free time that I know I can count on, so probably closer towards Christmas. I was gonna see about getting some more StarCraft 2 co-op with Hansavod done. If people want to see Minecraft stuff, I can also do that. I've started recording a video series, but just delays for video editing are... Yeah, didn't mean to shoot that, but you know what? Oh well. Make sure to reload. What was I? Oh yes, video stuff. Ow. I know that there's a few games that I was looking at that were going to be a little bit on the fun side, at least I believe so. I just have to get around to playing them. At some point I want to get some co-op gameplay of just some games like Struggling, or a few of the other ones that I have in my library done. The biggest issue with that is getting someone here to actually play with. Because I have friends at school, but most of them have turned out to be female. I don't know how. So, yeah, and inviting girls back to the house is a bit... Happy to do it. But, it's difficult to invite someone over who's a female as a male and not sound it like, "Hey, babe, you wanna come back to my place?" Yeah. Oh, funny story about one of those types of situations, though. Oh, okay, he's fine. Was talking to a girl and was like, just talking about stuff, and said like 2 or 3 things without thinking that, if I didn't know the person as well, it would have been 100% creepy red flag that the person would never talk to me again about. But they had known me for a while, and they're just like, yeah, no, I knew you didn't meant that. I got what you meant. And so I had a good while of just going, oh, thank God, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. And then ended up messaging them at another point, and I was just too tired. And there were a number of typos that I looked at and went, oh, oh my God, this, it's just getting worse. And again, like they fully understood, and they're like, yeah, I knew you weren't talking about that. But after the second time of that, it hit me that either people really think that I'm a herbivore when it comes to that kind of thing, which I mean, that is me, but like, I didn't expect people to just know it. Or B, the person was like way too overly trusting of people. So I was like, you know, if people normally say that, like, don't believe them. Like, go away. She's like, yeah, no, I get it. I know you. Don't worry. So yeah, that was sad. The worst part was it was the same person twice, and I think within a 24-hour period as well.
No Chaos God watches over this place. At least, not yet.
Backstabber, face me, blade to blade.
Mind the shielded ones!
Alright. And onwards we go through the enemies.
The Skaven lair at Karakol. Of course. Does it not read
Yeah, I do kind of hope that there's something equivalent to this mode in Darktide, even if not immediately, after a year and a half a year. Because I feel like something like this would be really, really fun to happen at the start, even if they have a very bare-bones version in Darktide, and update more later on. I just feel like it will be very, very fun. And just a little bit increase the playtime.
medical supplies?
These dreams, this black future of which you speak,
Aye, what of it?
are they real or another of your amusements?
Would I lie about something like that?
That is the very question I wish answered.
I don't know. Sometimes dreams are dreams. Sometimes they are not. Why does it matter?
Because I have seen something all too similar. I was trapped in a battle between two evils, and I glimpsed something.
Well, what kind of
What?
something?
A glory!
And do oh, we're in the
Do not see, this is the path.
we're in the normal entry area for what the game usually is.
Over here.
I can't believe they just made an area out of it. Like that, I find it cool, but I'm surprised they did that. Yeah. Let's see what else. Bestie boy. There we go. Walk forward and hold the line. Alright, let's see, what else is there to talk about?
You hear what I hear, mate? Hey! Behind
Leech dead, nice and fast. Okay. What was I gonna say? Let's see, video it is. My brain's telling me there was something, but I can't remember what this something is. There we go. Nice and efficient there. Oh, I love that transition. Oh, that's a nice transition. Where's our friend? Friend? Come back. He is not dead, so we have to keep an eye out for him. Oh yeah, if people are still watching, join the Discord. If I haven't linked it down below, I believe it is in the, what's it called? I believe it's in the channel's... Oh, well, it's in the community section, because I occasionally just throw a post there. Where was it? I think it was like info or something like that. It's over on the channel. But yeah, we would love to have more people. Right now, there's about 3 of us who are constantly posting cat pics, and let's see, what else do we do? Cat pics, general memes. Occasionally complain about me not streaming. Yeah. That's mostly it. Oh, we have people coming. There we go. As if we retreat back to here. Get into defense mode. Yeah, honestly, for expeditions, I really like these maps that utilize all of the areas from the previous maps. Even a little more, I would say, than the maps that are unique to this thing. Not because I particularly hate the ones that for the maps that are unique to this, but because I feel like just being able to see all the areas from the previous playthroughs just in different orders makes it surprisingly interesting. Oh, hey, there's a lot. I don't want you shooting arrows anymore. I said I don't want you shooting arrows anymore. Alright. More arrows, great. Can we not have you guys spawn? Yeah. I think that just seeing all the old familiar areas just provides that touch of nostalgia in addition to the, just having a little bit of knowledge about stuff still. Alright, looks like I did not successfully save our friend.
You've earned your reward. Don't forget it.
Alright, Power But Curse. Curse reduces your max HP, so we're not going to do that. Down friends near you are invulnerable. Ooh.
I can continue so long as
Oh.
the binding's whole.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's very nice. With the power invested in that particular perk, I am no longer absolutely terrible at surviving on my own. Mainly because I can make people invulnerable and not have to worry about picking them up immediately. I believe that even stops the timer from going off, which very, very nice. One, two, ow. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, stranglers used to be really, really dangerous near walls like that. Occasionally they would just pull you through the wall, and you would then live in the ether beyond. It was interesting when that happened. 20% HP. Very nice. Right. And down to Shrine of Fortune. Yeah, what else? What else? What else? If people enjoy... Oh, 10 seconds, next attack, temporary health. Eh. 3 deton now. I'll get that. I'll go for that. And screw it, we'll go for that too. Alright. What was I gonna say? There were words that were coming out of my mouth. What were they? Uh, fuck. Well, I can't remember. Whatever it was, I'm sure someone will remind me in the comments, and I will respond to them. Well, I'm not sure someone will remind me, but if someone actually cares about it enough, they will remind me in the comments. Yeah. Let's see, what else to talk about? I guess I can talk about the model again. At some point, I would love to have a real model. If I ever get to the point where I am... Well, yeah, if I ever get to the point that I make decent enough money off of either YouTube or Twitch, though probably more likely to make a bit of money off of YouTube as the stream's less popular. At that point, I'll definitely look at a couple of things. First of all, getting a model made for this, because currently just using the default model isn't bad. I actually kind of like the model, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I would like my own model. And as per the request of viewers, if I ever do that, it will continue to be a cat, and which, I mean, I'm fine with that, but it will continue to be a cat in that, oh, invincible. How do we break your invincibility? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh god. Yeah, in that it'll actually be a literal cat, not just like cat boy or cat girl. I don't think I would ever go cat girl with it. Oh, he is currently invincible. What joy.
Fight much longer.
Oh, and away we go. Alright, aim at me. But yeah, so it'll be fun if I ever get to that point to go full all in on model and all of that. And at that point, I will definitely be a lot better at giving cat puns and such, because as it is right now, people give them in the chat, and occasionally I'm like, pushes stuff off the table? What are you talking about? Why are we pushing stuff off the table? Not even realizing, like, yes, that's cat thing. Correct. And then I realize it later on, and I feel like too much of an idiot to say it at that point. Damn. Yeah, if anyone's ever done that and I haven't responded, it is because I'm an idiot. Don't worry, it's not because I'm trying to ignore you. Alright, just gonna sit in the corner now. This is my life. Alright. Should be most of the tanky boys. Yeah, aiming at me. But yeah. I'm going to see about edging over to Friend so that I can make him invincible at the very least. If I can also revive him, that would be good. But I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity. Invincible? Or invisible, sorry. Hit you up. Knock back. Live, friend. Oh, fuck. That's fire. That's fire. And I'm down. What else? What else? What else? There we go. Kill that boy, get some ammunition. Miss my shot. Great. Okay, I need to stop trying to get shots off when I shouldn't. Oh, he's in invincible state. I think that's just time-based. Every now and then he just goes into an invincible state. And then, Will you die? Oh, this is standard. Got it. Got it, got it. There we go. That should make it slightly easier. Drink. There we go. Alright, in the corner we go. Come on, guys. Hit the big boy. Oh, he's invincible again, isn't he? No, he isn't. Hit him. Come back, guys.
So many.
There we go.
Even I cannot.
I feel like I was saying something again, and I forgot what it is. Oh, yeah, yeah. I am an idiot. This is a fact, yes. I don't think there was anything after that. Yeah,
Hold still.
Oh, I don't like the fact that there's bees.
It's not bug buns, I'll tell you that.
Wonder where they're at. Eyes open.
Okay, that's a lot of enemies. Let's break their banners best we can. Okay, we're defending. We're relegated to defense. Alright, let's get some of these guys dead, because it's too much. There we go. Reload. Plague monks. Screw you. Okay. That was fun. Alright. Yeah, we have a pretty good defensive build going right now between all the stuff we got. No. 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 Okay. Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what the buff banners do. I have rough ideas, but nothing specific.
Another one.
Fuck this more! There we go. No banners. Be gone. Die. Okay. And we have a victory! Oh, the pain. Yeah, back when I used to play this a lot, Dwarf was very much my main. I used to really enjoy some of the other classes, but I was never good at them. Dwarf, on the other hand, dead in it. Level ups, free crates, which I find really nice about this game. All of the loot box type stuff is strictly earned in-game, and it's not even that bad of a chance. Alright. Pretty good for a chest. Not great, but pretty good. We had the most revives and the most damage dealt to monsters. Oh, because, yeah. Big exploding go boom. That's what that was. Damage taken? We weren't even the highest. Color me surprised. I wonder what color surprised is. Maybe like a red? Anyway, I think I'm gonna play one or two more. I do want to try and get some stuff done later on, but at the very least I should be able to play. We'll see whether or not I'm actually good at it. Oh, someone left. Quests to claim. Honestly, I think I have yet to use the shillings. I'll check if there's anything interesting, but I never really feel like using them. I'm just not a cosmetic collector type of person. see, Ironbreaker, Hero Skins. Four. You know what? I have the currency. Headgear. Interesting. Or get the most expensive one. Alright, I think it's under inventory. Cosmetics. Put on the big beard. And the fancy armor. Oh, he's got a little chest. Is he? Huh. I didn't realize he usually had that. I'm guessing that's Ironbreaker specific, though. Alright, in we go. Up and up to Legend. Let's get ready to fail. I mean, win. I'm gonna be victorious. Since we're here, and wait. Oh, wait, no, we're good to go. Yeah, guess they're good with just the 3-man. Alright, I do not promise how good I am to them. If you stayed at this point in the video, because Jesus Christ, why did you stay this long? Feel free to fuck me up. Like or follow or subscribe. I don't know how it works. My brain's dead. We can either get stamina or push block angle. I prefer stamina. The push block angle I enjoy getting with stamina, but if I have to choose one or the other, then definitely getting the general stamina. And we got someone whose names don't show. Let's see, what else?
Belacor must be defeated. Even in rebellion, he serves the whims of the Chaos Gods. Destroying idols will summon forth his shadow champions.
Their currency over here?
There is bound
There
to be a
it is.
surprise waiting for you.
What type of shield rats, lumberfits?
Archers! Over there!
You ever want to know if something's currency? It's always the white glove. Oh, fuck.
Kill 'em quicker next time.
Mass flamethrowers is not something I was expecting or wanting. Fuck, there's more! I can't. Oh, and I'm down. Yeah, flamethrowers was not my idea of a afternoon walk. Alright. There we go. Increase healing receive. Push increases cleave. Healing nearby allies.
I am secured in my faith, of course. But I wonder what...
Yeah, let's go with healing nearby allies. Increasing the amount of healing resources overall is a good thing.
But I doubt you'd understand.
I see. You'd do better to follow Sigmar.
Currently we're in gray screen. What that means is that the next time we go down, we will instantly drop.
Fleeting shadow!
Not bad for a fella with one eye.
Sigmar guides my strikes, Master Dwarf.
Find the arrows, lumberfits!
Righteousness! Do not fail me now!
You should tend your wounds, One-Eye.
Shield rats!
I'm gonna wait up here, because, that, pretty much.
Horizontal! For the love of Sigmar, cannot signal either in numbers or at war!
Grab and use a healing potion.
Try again. Harder.
I was hoping friend was in a close enough range, but I do not know the range, so I did not heal them.
You're barely hanging on one eye.
Ricky, let me at him. Shield further among them.
Shall rescue friend. And we've lost the other friend. I don't know where he went.
It's up here.
Alright. What do we have? Ah, friend to revive. Not quite what I was thinking about, but, you know, I will take that.
Bugger, look at all those bones. Handling potion.
Look at all those shekels.
Look at that. Araki thinks he can use a shield.
Not this way.
Magnificent.
In fact, never that way.
I'm not feeling great.
You're sorely wounded, Kruber. I sense a fluid here. Hiding in the
And continuing on we go.
Fine. Grimnir, that's the one.
Well, this isn't good.
We got the strangler.
There we go.
Beware, plague rats. Potion here.
Kill all the beefy boys. Focus on breaking. There we go.
They got me. The sergeant's down. Come on, it's Sunday. You're missing the fun. We call this Sunday.
Well, wait a second.
Ruben's down. He's gone. Come here, was it? Right here. Give me a good shot. I test my brother.
I perma-CC'd. I could not get through them, and I didn't have enough. Oh, what? What the fuck? What the hell?
Bloody plague. Shields incoming.
That's not.
Funnel ale down me gob.
That was the saddest death. Okay. I thought I could live. I've said no. I've said no. I'll keep playing though. I am gonna check, let's see, where is it? Inventory, accounts. Let's see if any of these are a little bit better for what I'm looking for. Attack speed, nope. I want the knockback, definitely. Let's see. Killing enemies with melee attack on full stamina. No. Yes. Why didn't I already have that? Charge attack, eh. Forces monsters, yes. Yeah, radius is nice, but just having all the monsters target me is probably better. Blocking attack causes my power and nearby powers to stack 2%, 5 times. Yeah, so that can get to be double Blood of Grimnir, so that's good. All that is fun. In we go for another one. Ooh, we have a squeegee.
These little expeditions of ours have been interesting, haven't they, darlings?
You'll never hear me complaining about hiking through the mountains, Dory.
Pleasure is not our purpose. This is a holy duty.
Alright, let's hope we start off with a good fight and a lot of money. Vultures now.
Once begun, you
This
must see things
tower,
through to
cinder
the end,
peak,
or
movement
return to
speed,
failure.
block cost.
A halo marks a site cursed
This will
by
lead to
the
stamina
Force
recovery as
gods.
well, so just
What's
lots
the
of
worst
stamina.
that can happen?
You know what? If Sienna swaps, I will swap. Alright, Sienna. Who's this? Sigma? No. Saltspire, that's it. I can remember names. I can never remember the names of friends. And not for lack of trying. I believe this is just basically going straight up the entire time, with lots of paths to fall off. Which, you know, fair. Alright. And in we go. We have potion there.
Vouch for the taste.
Looks like some money over here. Always enjoy the money, money, money. It's so fun in a rich man's world. And nothing else. I still can't believe there are people who haven't heard ABBA in this
God's
world.
gaze walks distant lands. Make the most of it.
Everyone gather around real quick. Come here. I'm gonna show you something. After the elf's done showing off. You ready? Come here. Everyone come here. Oh, they fixed it. Fuck. Used to be able to give everyone a bomb.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah, that's something that I completely forgot about. You can talking game.
wow, that would have been so handy. Dwarf is on his own. Wow.
This isn't good. This really isn't good.
hate how they swing as soon as they come out of the.
Why are there so many play bugs?
Not sure that's the reason. Your fate is mine, not theirs.
Run, 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 run. Banana
You
phone.
have earned this much, witch.
Look, it's a dwarf. Bring him over here, dwarf.
May I remind you, you are not in bits of old cloth? I hear tell that further north it is even worse.
Ooh, Timberwoods.
The
Drake fire,
sky
nope.
is way
Powder barrels,
above
nope.
forests of
So just
flesh
go for
and
bombs.
bleeding stone.
Ugh. There's something heavy. I want to chase that down.
Yeah, thanks for all the help, dwarf.
I had like a third of the enemies on my side. Oh. Okay.
He's playing Ironbreaker to be fair. Butt correct.
Come here.
I like my rooms.
Knight? I
Where's...
remember when Fortnite meant 2 weeks. Now it's a stupid video game.
A packmaster. It shall perish.
There we go. Make sure to give the heals to the lowest health party member.
I'll admit it, I'm impressed. A gutter runner is near.
Assassin.
Not so good in a fair fight, assassin.
Alright. And let's climb. Okay, maybe I just need to mute this guy.
Gutter runner! Just pull the vermin clear. I'll cut its throat.
Daddy's dead. You're welcome.
We go.
Ugh, who brewed this muck?
Or this way? I don't know, where are we going? Guys.
Shadow!
But
Is that a potion?
we're here then. Okay.
A silent spell is welcome reprieve, but our battle's not yet done.
Why do I have a... Yeah, we just went in the circle.
Bandages. Medicine.
Up we climb.
Go pick up the meds.
Bindings and tinctures.
Go get it, dwarf! What, you got room to pick something up, bro? Why are you ignoring it?
Library. Strangest of
You know,
status
I'm now ignoring it.
Sienna, tell
Because
me
he's
you're gonna
annoying.
pick it up, please.
think you can match an azurite through sheer numbers.
Bruh.
Just to annoy this guy now. Just to annoy him.
Healer's tools. They shall serve holy purpose.
If y'all don't pick it up, I'm gonna heal and grab it.
He's blood drunk.
Alright, fuck y'all then.
Never doubt
By Sigmar, the Hammer, and the Empire!
Hear that? Packmaster done. That's right. On your feet, doctor.
See, he needed it.
Don't think that'll be a problem, Saren. We're like fleas in a Tylian alehouse.
'Tis true. We never see short of
Come on, friend.
Light Stormer! I'll boil the flesh off his rotten bones!
I've been thinking, Dory, which of these four great Kazaki Grunthi is a slayer's dream?
Zinch, no question. Honestly, who uses pink fire when there's perfectly good orange flame close to hand?
There might be something in that.
Yes, because the color of fire is what matters. Killing an ally with medical supplies. Hey, let's put a math.
The weave calls me back.
How are we going up there?
You seem sluggish, Elf. Can you still fight?
Get back! Incoming! Gas rat!
I hope friend is okay.
Kill that fire rat. I don't want to burn.
Alright, and up we go. Not be too far from the end.
I sense
Thing.
a gloomed ear. Save me from the Pale Queen. Save me.
How is the elf to help if she cannot help herself? What? Awaken from the judgment, heretical one!
Warmere! Ah, no, you damn! He also fly! Try again!
I wish there was a damage added from CC number. It would be nice to see.
I have found medical supplies. You serve righteousness.
Yeah, we're telling. Don't be haughty.
Alright, and in we go. Push block cost reduction. Reduces stamina required to block enemy attacks. Very nice. So we're gonna have Skaven, Beastmen, less monsters, more specials, and we're gonna get an extra 30% stamina recovery. Hopefully after this we go for a strength grind, because I feel like we could get better stuff out of that.
You will have no trouble from the Chaos Gods today. At least, I think so.
Pretty sure. You know, there's a good chance.
You're getting the knack of this, Dory.
Help me! Are you blind?
A right bestie. Now, again.
And down we go. do. That's a lot of heavy people.
A raider's camp, built on the bones of better men.
Oh, so close.
Hear that?
Like the look of that flank.
Alright. Ow. Ow. Get this totem. That was a lot of damage. Very fast. Reload this. Get some money. Ah. Why are people still back there? Oh, it's Saltspire.
That's flame. They bring warp fire to the battle.
What we got over here? Any potion is a good potion. You know, I was fully prepared for that to be an Aegeus potion and just go, accept that one. But it wasn't. It's actually a real potion.
No goblin shoes, stranger elf. Drunken ratty gunner.
You know, if he wants to kill his friends, all for him. Speaking of which. Oh, we got a hook point.
Watch out, hook rat. Stand there, watch it, it's going to explode. Take your best
Get out of that.
Roland, I'm losing blood.
Your fire is bleeding, Sienna.
I loathe following observing.
As do I. Smell revolting.
Hopefully I can get regeneration off of this, because I really do enjoy having a good set of regeneration. What do we get? Career skill grants movement speed. Okay. Alright. Interesting.
Who brewed this muck?
Oh, there's poison GS.
Ignorance.
Alright, and onwards we continue to move.
An arena? Come on then, this doorway stands ready.
Where you going,
Righteousness
Soulspine?
will deliver us. Remain stalwart.
Well, at least he's polite.
Fight on, and the way will open.
Don't know about you, darlings, but I mean to win.
Come, plague vermin. I'll take your rotten hand.
No quarter. Let none survive unseen. Can't keep going.
Oh, and I'm down. Yeah, expected that though. I was very, very low on HP there.
Does it hurt when I... Good.
Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, I am up and I am underneath. Saltspire gonna get me? Yes, thank you, Saltspire.
I can't take much more, darlings.
Patch yourself up.
Hey, and we can get out. I only have half my ammunition. Where'd all my bullets go?
Down, darlings. Only a
Aw.
onward path.
That's green. Now, yeah, if you get an upgraded weapon, it doesn't make it any cheaper for the higher level upgrades from what I remember. They might have changed it, but last I experienced it, it wasn't.
Looks like a chest of
So generally I just ignore the weapon upgrades unless they're yellow or red. If I'm really doing badly, I might grab a blue upgrade, but never a green. Alright, what do we got? Spawns.
Horrible singing. Therefore should stay silent.
Alright, time to make it to the banners. Alright, we got one banner down. Fuck! No, 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 no. Well, this is terrifying. Oh, they just retreated. Oh, guys. Well, there's a good chance this is where we lose this.
Hide that easily.
Look out! Left wing down! They draw strength from the banner! The banner must fall! The banner has fallen! Blessing fade! Your needs are not done!
I hope someone has a ranged weapon to deal with that.
Banner flies.
Must I tell you after? Destroy that standard! See how the heretic banner falls!
And we've lost out on the
You've earned your reward.
chest, but these two get it at the very least.
These dreams, this black future of which you speak,
Aye. What of it?
are they real or another of your amusements?
Would I lie about that?
It is the very question I wish answered.
I don't know. Sometimes dreams are dreams. Sometimes they're not. Why does it matter?
Because I have seen something all too similar. I was trapped in a battle between two evils, and I glimpsed something. A wildfire
Alright.
feeble
Yeah, I can definitely feel the fatigue building, so after this match, I'm probably out.
the assassins that deserve death.
I'll set that hook rat ablaze.
Thank you, darling dearest.
I hear a rattling gun. Look, that rattling's about to fire.
The gunner is slain.
Oh, can we get that chest? We might be able to get that chest. I thought that was a drop, but I wasn't paying that much attention. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. Rising Anger, Grenade.
Dory, we'll take them. Out of that
When
mess.
all allies are down. You know what? Sure.
We'll fall out if you burn off my ear, Karen.
Gasrat's dead.
Oh, a mighty skill. They're the fastest form.
Lancaster! The rat perishes, and the mechanism ceases.
I will
Alright, I need an ammo refill, so I get a sideline on one. And I don't know why, I'm suddenly losing all my frames. You know, I know exactly what it was. It was horrible. Don't want that to happen again.
Leaving you, Wagonassus.
Oh, hey, Nukiashi, how you doing out there? Hopefully I didn't read that, like, 8 years too late, but there's a good chance.
Bah! Yeah, that's a hook rat. Your foul existence.
Oh, we've lost friend.
Bottle runner. The Blackmaster's done for. Cracky gunner. A dead rat. My favorite stuff. Blow back there.
The gunner's dead.
There we go.
Hang.
Yeah, I'm not using this on that.
Don't stay in the gas.
We can rescue.
Gas rat. Glomadier's going to blow.
Alright, and back we go with friend. No worries, no worries. Yeah, so how you doing out there? You been having fun lately? Right. We have Fortune or Strife. I think we're guaranteed at least one more thing. So it's really if we want crit power, crit chance. Sure.
Did you gather any pilgrim's coins?
I'm...
Offer them now and receive a boon.
Alright, Brilliant's getting muted in chat.
Or perhaps you'd prefer to buy a miracle for the whole party.
Believe that is
Don't
you.
worry. You each have your own coins. Spend or save as you wish.
Alright, every 10 seconds, next attack grants temporary health. 2 status shields, pretty good. Melee attacks, health, and eh. I will unmute them for just a second. Alright, they're going back muted because I'm not in approval of that chat. They are the bad peoples. Good at the game. Bad at being a decent human being. Yes. So... Oh yes, apparently lately, one of my videos have been recommended based off of one of Donkey's streams, which I have no idea how. That's one of those things where I seriously don't know why. I've also been recommended off of a Giant Grant Game video, which I find both weird and somewhat satisfying as he's also hosted me on his stream. It's interesting. It's interesting. Oh, the Plague Claw Catapult 1. Okay. Oh, yes, also, in recent news, I have managed to flip for the first time on my bike. I was riding somewhere, realized I forgot to do something, turned around to go do it, slipped on gravel, smashed face first into a gravel area, luckily wearing a helmet, and also luckily wearing glasses. The unlucky part about wearing glasses, though, is that in exchange for keeping stuff out of my eyes... Oh. Not enough to upgrade. In exchange for keeping... What? Where? Where? Where are they? Yeah, nothing can be done. Yeah, in exchange for saving my eyes from getting gravel in them, they also took out a small bit of my nose. So I was basically skinned on the bridge of my nose, which isn't fun. It's healing. It looks fine as it is right now, but yeah, that was interesting. Raiding Breaker. Okay, let's get these archers cut down. God, there's so many! Begone, foul creatures. Alright, grenades explode a second time? Don't I already have throw 2 grenades? Second time... Yeah, 2... I haven't even thrown a grenade. God damn it. I need nades. And my FPS is leaving me! Oh no! Okay. If he can pick me up, I'm gonna use ult. This is very bad. You know what? The rattling gun actually makes this a lot better. But that does not. Alright, yeah, that's my last game of the day. Well, thank you very much, whoever watched besides Nukiashi, because I believe I saw a few people popping it out. And anyone who's actually watched the YouTube vlog this far, very much. You have a wonderful time. Make sure you have a good sleep tonight, whenever that may be for you. And now I shall see you next time, because otherwise I'm just gonna let this go. Bye.